Hi, I wasn't going to talk because I know this is well, I think it's a student forum, so I wanted to give students a chance to talk. I'm a faculty member in his department. In fact, my door is right. My office is right next door to his. We don't really talk anymore, but it's difficult for me to be here. It's very emotional for me to be here because I first reported him before many of you were born. And it's emotional to listen to that, even though I already listened to it on YouTube. I'm that tech savvy, as old as I am. And but walking in here and seeing so many people, it was emotional to know that you guys have banded together and promoted a sense of solidarity. It also makes me very sad to know that this is still going on after all these years. It's not just against Muslims. It's been against women, Black students, Latino students,
Eastern European students as well.
Eastern European students, gay students, and colleagues. There is, it's the fact that there is a solidarity might change things, but I want you to know there are many hundreds of students who have gone before you who were absolutely intimidated. I think the sense of solidarity is empowering you. It empowered me to come here tonight because I've been intimidated myself. I was intimidated again today, not by him, but somebody else in the department, because people who go against the grain and say this is wrong are isolated, and there's an absolute hostile work environment there. The last time there was a confrontation with him was in a meeting in the spring. We don't really have department meetings because of the conflict, and the department would rather avoid conflict than bring us together. And in that meeting, he dismissed the work of historians. I'm an historian, and it's the Department of History and Political Science. He said history is worthless, the work historians do is worthless, and everybody knows that. I mean, it's the same kind of tone of voice that he uses. I mean, I've worked with him since he arrived. I was here before he was, even though he got promoted a lot faster. He was always protected, and when I complained, I waited for someone to say something in the department meeting, at least, you know, you crossed the line, or that's inappropriate, or she is your colleague. So I raised my hand, I defended myself, and then I asked him to be reprimanded after the meeting, and he was not. I asked if, during the meeting, if maybe we should bring in human resources and talk about conflict resolution and hostile work environments, and nothing was done. I was told by other department members to just laugh it off because you know how he is. But I mean, it's been like that for 20 years, and it's very frustrating because when somebody does speak out, they are isolated, and it's very frustrating to advance professionally in that position. You are speaking for a lot of people who are intimidated. I absolutely believe in difference of opinion and debate, and I encourage you to look at websites like criticalthinking.org where you can learn more about real critical thinking skills and how we meet bias at home when we come to the university, or we try to learn how to do that. And students should be able to expect to come to a classroom and have their professors teach the truth. We know that there are different versions in history. There are many versions of history, but we base it on evidence. Students shouldn't have to go and defend themselves continually. They should be, they may disagree with their professors. They may find out something else is true or factual, but that should not be the norm in a classroom environment. In addition to that, it goes beyond that. It's creating intimidation and hostility. There are many, many students who have spoken up to me privately, to other professors privately, and we have spoken on their behalf because they were totally afraid to say anything. When so many A's are given out, it's hard to prove discrimination and harassment, or harassment. But students have a right to enter into a classroom and not be afraid to speak up. And you can see that students don't speak up. So, and it's hard to speak up any longer in the department. But you empowered me to do that tonight.